This week in gaming, Sony launches a new first-party studio. Gears of War is going multi-platform, and we might get Half-Life 3 before GTA 6 even drops, because it's coming in 2026 now. This is the Nerd Cave Newz, and I am your host, Zach Dykes, joined by, as always, my good friend and co-host, Derek Daniel. Derek, how's it going, my man?
Good, man. And I'll say, I'm excited to be over this cold for the most part. Still got a little bit of congestion, but glad to be on the upside of things and back at it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you feel a little bit better. You did something before the show, and I was kind of appalled. Guys, I want your thoughts and opinions in the chat on this.
Lord
Derek's using straight up paper towel.
It's
straight up
brawny and it's soft. It's not rough.
Dude, brawny is not soft. Even using toilet paper is pretty rough. Even using toilet paper. Yeah, it is John Stevenson. I agree, Nate. I agree. It is John Stevenson here. He's doing some John Stevenson behavior. So he's using this he might as well be using sandpaper, y'all. And I call him out on it, because he could get, because I was sick and dude, my nose was all raw, but yeah. I was using Kleenexes, got lotion in them. And Derek's I'm gonna just get some chapstick and I'm gonna just rub it on my nose. It'll equal out. And I was like, who are you?
And it does.
Who are you?
I rub it on before I go to bed and I wake up and it's like it never even happened.
I don't even, guys, y'all let me know. Do you use?
I only in this instance because I didn't want to feel like going out and buying tissue.
Nate says I use paper towels for my nose. Why?
Oh!
Why?
Oh! Get wrecked.
No, you're a barbarian. Both of you are barbarians. Guys, y'all let me know. Do you use paper towels or do you use God-fearing American Kleenexes or puffs, whatever? Got the lotion in there. It's, it's soothing the nose, all of that. I understand convenience. Trust me, I ordered DoorDash enough, but my God, that's laziness. I'm gonna just say it. And Derek, you literally work at a place that sells these things.
I know, and I keep forgetting. Do you know how long it was? I had to squeeze every ounce of toothpaste before I remember to buy a new tube of toothpaste. I'm sitting over here scrunching every ounce of it out of my toothbrush in the morning.
Amy, paper towels on the nose. Yeah, I will say I did blow my nose earlier on a paper towel because I was at work and there wasn't any. And it felt like I was literally just ripping the skin off my nose.
Let's not dodge this. Why didn't you come prepared? And why don't you have a packet of pocket tissues with you, Zach? Huh?
Because I'm not a psychopath, Derek.
That's not psychopathic behavior. That's coming prepared for any instance.
No. Being prepared for any instance is MacGyver. Okay, MacGyver would have pocket tissues. All right, you're over there. You probably get a rock and blow your nose on a rock if you didn't have any paper towels.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you would. You totally would. You're like, oh, so what's here? And
I would use my hand before a rock.
You just bash your nose in. It's like,
Hey, then it would be bleeding, so then I wouldn't have anything to blood.
Well, then you'd have more stuff to worry with. Nate says, if I'm closer to them, I use them. I keep McDonald's napkins in the truck for my allergies. That's as bad as a paper towel, dude.
That's worse because it's coarse. It's more coarse.
It's definitely more coarse. I will say the most coarse.
But I also, just think in case of all of a sudden I have a random sneeze and I can't stop dripping. If I have fast food, I'll grab a napkin.
Yeah, 1000%. I will agree with that. But I will say Jersey Mike's feels like their paper towels, they literally have ridges on them. To grab stuff off your fingers. There's no way on God's green earth I would ever blow my nose on that thing because you ain't getting your nose back. You're not getting your nose back.
Well, got your nose.
Yeah. I just use the old snot rocket if I don't have anything.
Heck yeah.
But there's a point in time where like snot guys, we're here to talk about video games, but there's a point in time where the old snot rocket there's too much viscosity and like it's not going to go like out. You know what I mean, Derek? You know what I'm talking about? Like
this is the content you come for, guys. Just
this
saying.
is what you come here for. Dan says, I just pinch my nose when I sneeze. It shouldn't be a problem as long as I keep my eyes closed. Yeah, Derek, I mean, Dan literally like his brain explodes out the back of his head. It was like, no, yeah, he was holding his nose while he sneezed. I'm only getting the chat on vertical stream for some reason. It's saying something about child settings. Weird. Let's fix that.
Zach is acting like a child right now, so it's only fair.
Well, I'm talking to a child.
Oh my god.
I'm talking to a child.
Took it there. I don't know. I don't care what you say. You took it there. No one offered. I didn't roast you. You just offered this free of charge. So I don't want to hear it.
I did take it there, Derek. Oh, okay. That's weird. Now the chat on the regular stream should work. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know why it checked it as yes. It literally should be checked for no, like automatically. I don't know. Hey, Xset. Justin, hope you're doing well. I know this might be a personal question, Xset. Do you blow your nose on a paper towel or do you use like a Kleenex?
I'm gonna drop kick you.
Just asking. We're just taking a poll.
We're gonna be in some deep discussion, and some new person's gonna join the chat. He's gonna stop every like deep actual discussion to ask this question because he's trying to prove a point that it doesn't matter, even though it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I will agree. When we get together, we're pretty much children. We're pretty much children.
Yes, we are.
So let's jump into the first segment that everybody loves. Oh. Who doesn't wipe their nose with it like a tissue, bro? It's just a personal question. I'm not saying you don't wipe your nose. I'm talking about the utensil that you use. Would it be a utensil? The tool that you use.
I'll say that's a fork. That's a knife.
I don't know. We'll come back to that, but let's get into what you've been playing, Derek. I know you've been under the weather, so I'm very curious if you've been watching anything.
Okay, I've been watching anime, but I mean,
yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yeah, I'm on the last season, so it's actually pretty good. So yeah. I've been enjoying it a lot, especially these last couple seasons. But yeah, because I've been sick, haven't really had the energy to play games. Just been recovering. Like Sunday, I literally slept. I literally woke up. Oh, what was it? What did I work Saturday? Oh, I opened Saturday, got off, slept till about midnight, woke up. Scrolled through my phone for a little bit, went to bed an hour later, then slept until 10 o'clock. Then woke up, ate breakfast, watched some anime until about almost noon, and then slept for another couple hours. So literally, I was like literally a lazy Sunday. And then yesterday I was putting together the show and had to do some other things. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad you got some rest because I went through flu, cold, whatever it is, I don't know, and dude, it wiped me for like pretty much 2 weeks. Like it was a struggle just like going to work and everything. So I totally understand. Guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button, share this with somebody that you love, and the horizontal stream is working now, comments and everything, so if you want to go watch there, you can. Tonight we're not showing any trailers, but I do have some images that I'll be showing later on, so just letting y'all know what's going on here.
Nate's like, don't mind us, we're just barbarians.
Yeah. But X said is like, I usually like a tissue paper, but then the next part, I'm very confused. X said over here, you usually like a tissue paper, I use a paper towel. I'm confused here. The duality of man, that's all I gotta say. I don't know the duality man here. But yes, Derek is a barbarian, he likes to be a barbarian king, or some
whatever high ranking World Destroyer, Grand Wizard, you know, whatever.
Yeah. For me, I have been playing two things, of course. I've been playing some Solo Leveling Arise. Year celebration right now for Solo Leveling Arise, which is really cool. So I'm enjoying that. And then Sunday evening, I got to jump back into Expedition 33, got to play for a couple hours. And man, that game is so good. And dude, I was getting wrecked. I was getting wrecked with this one battle. And there was one, like, you can go, and it's not open world essentially, but there's different places that you can explore and all of that. And
it's like God of War, essentially.
Yeah. I went off the beaten path, and dude, this one thing, I don't even know. Like, it was a demon. It was straight up a demon. How the Covenant think of the Spartans, that is exactly how, like, it was just like, what is going on here? Dude wrecked my house, like one-shotted all my characters.
Wow.
And I was just like, all right, I will be coming back, and I'll take care of you later, sir. I will take care of you later. But dude, I'm excited for this game. It's scratching that itch that Sea of Stars left. So I am enjoying it. Like, that loop, the story is good, the character like development is going well, and the island, like the creatures on the island, like just the instances that I'm running into, like all of the creatures on the island aren't actually bad, and it's like trying to figure that out and everything. So I'm loving Expedition 33. If you have Game Pass, highly suggest checking it out. It is definitely worth it. And I think it's like a $40 game, if I'm $40 or $50 game. So it's not bad. And I've played probably 6 hours or more so far. And guys, this is a good game. I'm loving it. And I know you've also got Oblivion out there right now.
Yeah. Hot and heavy.
It's good as well. I'm enjoying this more than I'm enjoying Oblivion, but it's also, I really love Sea of Stars.
That's fair. So it's sort of like, when a certain game scratches that itch, like, I was eager to play an Assassin's Creed game, and I saw all these things on Shadows, see people stream Shadows on TikTok, and I'm like, I'm like, no, hold up for Ghost of Yote, which paid off, because as we discussed a couple of weeks ago, October release date, let's go. But also just like, let me go back, and because I bought Origins, never gave it a fair shake, loved Odyssey, let me play Origins, and it scratched that itch for me. So you just got to scratch the itch sometimes. This is going to be the running bit the entire episode, guys.
Kleenex, guys.
Yeah.
I needed to blow my nose real quick.
You didn't even blow. There you go. Now he's blowing.
And you know what? My nose, I can literally, it's amazing, because guess what? It's got lotion, guys. But there is our what you've been playing. We're going to jump into what is and forever will be the gaming discussion. And first up this week, Derek doesn't use Kleenexes. Next up, Sony. Sony has announced that they are bringing to life a brand new internal studio, and this I don't even know. It's called teamLFG,
and they're working on an ambitious incubation project. So let's see. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced the formation of a new internal studio, teamLFG, under the PlayStation Studios umbrella. Originating as an incubation project at Bungie, teamLFG comprises industry veterans from titles like Destiny, Halo, League of Legends, Fortnite, Roblox, and Rec Room. Alongside newcomers bringing fresh perspectives, the studio is headquartered in Bellevue, Washington, with team members working both on-site and remotely across the U.S. and Canada. The name Team LFG stands for Looking for Group, reflecting the studio's mission to create games that foster friendship, community, and belonging. Their debut project is an ambitious team-based action game set in a lighthearted comedic science fantasy universe. The game draws both inspiration from various genres, including fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and a unique frog-type category. While specific details about the game's release date and platforms have not been disclosed, the studio emphasizes a focus on exceptional action-based gameplay and richly social virtual worlds. This initiative aligns with Sony's broader strategy to expand into live service games, despite recent setbacks such as the shutdown of Firewalk Studios following the unsuccessful launch of Concord. The establishment of teamLFG represents a continued commitment to developing immersive multiplayer experiences within the PlayStation ecosystem. So, Zach, they are once again, I know they're trying to do this organically, but Bungie's pretty much like was pretty much the opus to, well, no, I shouldn't say the opus, the initial gateway into live service, because they've been doing Destiny for so long. Yep. Then they bought Jade Raymond's studio, which the name eludes me at the moment. But anyway, they're kind of working on, what's that? The heist game, Fair Games.
Yeah.
Working on that live service title. They, like as they alluded to, they tried Firewalk with Concord.
Haven. Haven Studios.
Haven, thank you. They tried, Fair Game or Firewalk with Concord, and that was an epic failure of proportions. And, they, again, under Jim Ryan, they tried this whole live service push where everyone was doing live service. Turns out not everyone should be doing live service, so they're doing dedicated, keeping it to studios that already have their foot in that space, and doing form this new studio now, it looks like, to have and brought in people who have those backgrounds in multiplayer to help focus and bring like that, rather than, and it's not no shade to them, but like a Naughty Dog who only did like one multiplayer. Like, I know they did the Uncharted games, but like the Uncharted multiplayer, the Last of Us multiplayer, but a studio that's more known and wants to focus more on narrative adventures rather than a multiplayer feature. So I don't want, obviously, we're both going to have our opinions on is this the right thing, but I think a better question would be, do you think Sony's actually going to give them a fair shake, unlike Firewalk, who we don't know all the politics behind closed doors, what was talked about, what was promised, all that jazz, but bringing in a new studio after they've closed a few, shuttered, downsized several, do you think that they will give them a fair, and with Jim Ryan being gone, it's probably a stronger case that they could give them a fairer shake, but do you think that they will give Looking For Group a fair shake compared to others?
I think they will, because it's not costing them anything to acquire them. This is coming from Bungie. This is organic. This is developed out of Bungie and everything, a company that they already owned. Unlike Firewalk, which was a purchase and, a bad one at that. But this, it seems like it is a little bit better thought, and the pedigree of, the people that are a part of this, you've got Bungie people in there, you got, Roblox, you've got, I'm pulling it back up.
League of
Legends, Destiny, Halo, all of these things. And that right there tells me it's like, okay, we're not coming in here lightly. We're going to be doing this the right way. We're going to be going after this smartly, because it's like, okay, Bungie is firing in all cylinders, but Bungie can only make so many games at a time.
Correct.
We also know that Marathon is not going to be a game that everybody is going to want to play. So we need to build something. And the frog type genre, I'm assuming it's going to be hopping between, fighting games, MOBAs, life sims, and platformers. That I'm assuming that's what frog type, where it can leap from one thing to another for different parts of the game, because some people really love MOBAs. Some people really like fighting games. And if you give somebody a place to, just like Fortnite, I know Xset was asking if, we play Fortnite and everything. I think Fortnite has done such a beautiful job of creating a platform that all types of gamers can actually go and play, from
Correct.
racing to just building. Then they have all the Lego stuff. Then they have the build, side
They
where
even
you can,
did concerts for a time.
yeah, and I think they're still doing those. And
Yeah,
it's like it's hitting that itch of like, oh, Guitar Hero would be so cool to come back today. But it's like, yeah, well, we're getting the biggest names in music right now to come be a part of Fortnite and everything.
right.
So I think that this is a smarter move by Sony to go after, online live service games, but doing it in a way where it feels natural. It's not being forced. It doesn't feel like it's just an initiative, that this is something that
Right.
it feels like it. I don't know. Like I heard this and I was just like, really? We're doing this again. We're pushing this. But then like reading through the story and everything, and it was like, okay, this makes me feel better about that. That it's not like, okay,
Right.
Sucker Punch, I know you've been working on Wolverine and the next Spider-Man game. I'm going to need you to stop that. I'm going to need you to.
Insomniac?
Yeah, did I say Sucker Punch? Sorry.
Yeah.
Insomnia. It could be Sucker Punch. It's like, hey, I know you want to, make Ghost of Yotei, but I'm going to need you to make this a live action game,
Right.
live service game. So I think that this is the better way to do it. It's finding the studios, finding the people to make studios, which again, you're not driving up acquisition costs. You're not having to go through the legal things of acquiring a studio, because I think that's where Sony and Microsoft they're at this place where buying another studio, a big name studio, is not really going to go well.
Right.
And that was the perfect time to fade to black right there.
I was like, and scene.
So that's kind of my thought on it. I do feel like this is a much healthier approach than what Jim Ryan was trying to do when he was there.
Just pretty much hold everyone hostage and be like, you will all make a live service game.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm so glad that he's gone, Derek. I sleep so much better at night knowing that he's not there.
Facts.
Not that he kept me up, but I didn't think he was good at his job.
No.
Oh my gosh. Let's jump into our next story of the night. We're talking about Half-Life 3. Yes, really. We've got some big news from Valve, and it is kind of crazy to see that Half-Life 3 is actually being mentioned.
So Valve insider Tyler McVicker has reported that Half-Life 3, codename HLX, is in an advanced stage of development and is currently playable end-to-end. According to McVicker, the game is undergoing extensive playtesting and optimization, suggesting that Valve may announce it as early as summer of this year, with a potential release in the winter. Importantly, unlike Half-Life Alyx, this installment is not a VR title. McVicker also noted that Half-Life 3 incorporates a procedural generation system similar to Left 4 Dead's AI director, dynamically adjusting elements like enemy placements and item locations based on player behavior without affecting the core narrative. While Valve has not officially confirmed these details, the information has generated significant excitement among fans awaiting the continuation of the series. Now, Zach, it's early May. We got so obviously this is the time where Summer Game Fest rumors and news are running amok, because literally in a month we are having Summer Game Fest. So this is just like E3 of old back in the day. Around this time of year, all these rumors are starting to swirl up. Things you didn't think you'd hear from again are starting to rear it. Because, Half-Life 3 was a joke. At one point, it was just like, oh, this will come out before Half-Life 3, or Half-Life 3 will come out before this game, yada, yada, yada. And then it kind of just went away as those games were starting to come out. Now, all of a sudden, out of, like, literally a Randy Orton RKO out of nowhere, it just appears, and all of a sudden, boom, it's flooding the news. Now, granted, it's not taken off because I think more people are skeptical. It's like, yeah, we've heard this before, yada yada. But and again, take this with a mound of salt, guys. Like we don't know, we won't know until we actually see a logo, some gameplay. Like Jeff Keighley, like I don't want to say that Jeff Keighley has to be behind this, like at Summer Game Fest, but because it could just like we'll get into a news story, like one of our stories at the end tonight. Like GTA 6, you'll just wake up one morning and find out GTA 6 got delayed by a year. Um, so we can find this in a blog post tomorrow when we wake up. But the fact of the matter is remains that it comes out and it's saying it's playable end to end, and they're as bold to say as like it could come out, it could be announced in a month or so, and come out this year is ridiculous. Which would mean, which with GTA being delayed, we would need like a shot in the arm like this kind of like I don't want to say Half-Life 3 would be on the same level money wise as GTA, but in terms of just hype, like now that maybe some of those gamers who were big on Half-Life back in the day are gone or like have given up, and like people nowadays don't know what Half-Life is.
True.
So maybe it wouldn't garner as much hype and excitement as it once did. But again, it would be something like for our generation that it's like, oh, cool, this is something that we needed for the industry, or that the industry needed. So what are your thoughts on this overall like news? Like are you I guess let me ask not a 3-part question, but I guess a branching of 3 choices.
A 12-part question.
What are you more excited? What are you more intrigued by? The fact that this game just got mentioned again out of nowhere. B, the fact that it's might get an announcement later this summer, or C, that not only will it'll get announced, but it's potentially not playable end to end, and it'll come out this year.
Like all of it is kind of mind-boggling because I know Gabe Newell has been asked time and time again about Half-Life 3, and he always has just kind of shrugged it off. And Steam like has been Valve's whole focus. I know they've put out Portal 2, and then they had like the mobile Portal or something like that, and then they did something recently. I feel like no, that might not be them. They've got Dota 2 and all of that, but it just felt like they were just kind of done with developing games, which is weird because that's what they're known for. So like hearing this, I was like, I don't know, like it kind of felt like the like when I first saw that GTA got delayed, I was like, oh, this is probably fake. No, it wasn't GTA. It was the Yote got a date, and I was like, yeah, this might be fake, so I'm not going to get my hopes up or anything like that. But for this to potentially come out this year, I think is the most shocking, other than it's actually a thing. For it to just, hey, it's real, and here it is, and it's coming out, September, something like October or whatever. Like, I don't think it's going to be coming out in the summer.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, they even say that it'll get announced in summer and then release in winter. Yeah.
So it just really depends on when we get that announcement. If it's this is an insider, you always take everything with a grain of salt, because you never know when things priorities shift, or when the shareholders need a shot in the arm or something like that to keep them happy. But I know Steam's literally printing money over there, so I'm excited, but I do think, to your point, it's like it's mostly going to be people that are our age and older that even know what Half-Life is. And it's like, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna be excited about it and everything. But what about all the people that are younger than us that play Fortnite every day, or they're on, all these different things? Because like live service does take up so much of the mind share for younger gamers, because they can play on their phone, they can do all of that. Like, they don't always have to have a console. So it's like, it's not going to sell well, like it's not going to be. And when I say that, it's not going to be crazy sales numbers. It's going to do well because you've got, the older crowd, or mature.
Well, it's going to be the typical. It's going to be the typical, like when you attach a number to anything, like, and you can come out and say, oh, you don't have to play the previous ones, but I think Half-Life is that rare exception where you have to play the previous ones. So it's not like that typical. It's like, oh, Half-Life 3, I didn't play the first 2 parts, so it's like, why would I play the third part? But I mean, again, perfect scenario type thing, right? If this is garnering, if this article is to be believed and it's coming out later this year, they could do a perfect Storm type thing where they announce it at Summer Game Fest, and then it's like, oh, we'll do a Half-Life 1 and 2 bundle that's out today or type thing, or out later this summer to get you caught up so you can enjoy Half-Life 3.
Yeah, I remember playing Half-Life 2 on the Xbox. I think it was Xbox 360. Like they did like the orange box.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that was cool. It was like, because I remember seeing Half-Life 2 on G4 like all the time. Like they were showing it and different things. And do you remember that show Cheat, where they do like the cheat codes and all of that?
I vaguely remember that, but yes, I do.
Yeah, they would like show different like things that you could do in the game, and it always intrigued me and everything. And it's like to do something like that where console gamers could play it, because now, of course, like Half-Life 1 and 2 are nothing, to play on a console. Yeah. But it's like that would be awesome. That'd get, sales, people excited. And then you bring out 3, which is going to look gorgeous. It's going to push boundaries and all of that. So I'm excited for it. Artie.
Yeah.
Art. We'll get Half-Life 2.6 in 2025, 2.7 in 2026, 2.8, etc. I believe it when I see it.
Which is also like we wrap it up to say we say all of this to say, of course, we have to believe it to see it, or see it to believe it type thing. Because again, this could just be appeasing shareholders, like getting them excited for the future. Because again, as stated a few years ago, Valve wants to be back in the game making business rather than just, supporting Steam with, and printing money over there with all their sales. So again, this could just be, a ruse, a red herring type thing. This could actually gain some traction, because it's odd to that a game that we haven't heard of that was like a running joke, like this will come out before, or Half-Life 3 will come out before this or whatever. So now all of a sudden, oh, it's coming, it's real, it's done, or it's about done, and it's coming out this year. It's like, it's a little far-fetched to believe all of that was like, let's just be honest, it'll do the GTA thing where even if it is announced and it says this year, then it'll get delayed. You know what I mean? So, but again, that's all speculating that it is real. So only time will tell.
Half-Life 3 coming out before Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I mean, at this point, I was shocked when Skull and Bones came out before Beyond Good and Evil 2.
True. Well, we're going to take a quick break real quick. If you're loving the show, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast application. Leave us a rating. It helps us a ton. Leave a comment. Make sure to hit the like button. It helps us more than you know. So please go and do that. You can also check out our anime show called Eat, Sleep, Anime, where Derek and I discuss all the anime that we've been watching. We've got a episode that'll be coming out next month. We'll be doing a live stream and everything. Full
crazy.
Episode. Yeah.
It's crazy that we're already a month away from the next episode. I'm so hyped, man.
I am too. So it's going to be awesome. And we're currently watching Moonrise as our May anime, our Anna May. So come and watch us, watch that with us, guys. I'm digging the show. It's so good. It's so many freaking twists and turns, dude. Like, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I know you haven't started it.
You keep telling me, and I keep getting hyped. So I gotta sit down and once I'm finished with Bungo Stray Dogs, I'll sit down.
Bungo Stray Dog. So guys, go help us out with a like and a share and all that good stuff. Yeah, Dan, we're going to get Half-Life 3 before GTA 6, which I think is hilarious. Hilarious.
That if that does happen, that will be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I love that. It's like, oh, we're going to get this before GTA 6. It's like, yeah. World War III before GTA 6, y'all. Let's talk about Gears of War Reloaded. This one's a wild one because Gears of War is going to be on the PlayStation.
Gears of War Reloaded is an upcoming remaster of the original 2006 third-person shooter set to launch on August 26th of this year for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC, which includes Steam and Microsoft Store. This release marks the franchise's debut on a non-Xbox console, signaling a significant shift in Microsoft's platform strategy. Some key features to look at: visual enhancements. The game will run at 4K 60 FPS in the campaign and up to 120 FPS in multiplayer, along with HDR, Dolby Vision, and 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos support. Comprehensive content includes all content from the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, such as the bonus campaign act, all multiplayer maps and modes, and a full roster of classic characters and cosmetics. Cross-platform play supports cross-play and cross-progression across all platforms, allowing players to maintain progress and play with friends regardless of the system. Seamless experience. The campaign has been enhanced to eliminate loading screens between levels, providing a smoother gaming experience. So availability and pricing. The game will be set at $40 across all platforms. Let's go. Game Pass, of course, it'll be Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass from day one. You also get a free upgrade. Players who own the digital version of Gears of War Ultimate Edition will receive Reloaded as a free upgrade. Let's go. Physical release details. Of course, PS5 will have a physical disc available. Series X will not have a physical disc version. The game will only be available digitally. And PC, of course, PC physical games have long since gone away. So just get it digitally. So, Zach, we've heard the rumors, of course, ever since Microsoft was like fully on board saying everything's available, like nothing's off limits. We want to put stuff in. Then like earlier this year, we heard the rumors get hot and heavy that Gears of War is coming to PlayStation 5 this year, later this year, like summer. And it's coming out in August, which I think when the Ultimate Edition launched, it also came out in August back a few years ago. So now, I am a little disappointed that they're redoing 1 again, but I do like they're bringing over all the Ultimate Edition content. But again, and we'll get to it a little bit in one. I don't remember if I added in the quick hits, but I think I did. Some of the top downloaded games on PlayStation included several Microsoft games. So if that traction keeps going, if the first one launches, maybe they'll do 2 and 3 on there. And maybe 4 and 5. And then I'm just wanting, of course, that means E-Day is a potential, I want 6. Dang it. Just give it to me. I'm excited.
I was literally going to say it. I was
like, just give me 6 at this point, but I'm excited for E-Day and where they're taking things on that one for sure. But I have to ask, what does this do for you? Like, does this do anything for you? Are you excited? Are you excited that Gears is finally coming to PlayStation? Are you going to play it on PlayStation or get it? But are you also disappointed that it's just 1 again?
I am kind of let down that it is just 1. Like 1 is a great story. It sets up the universe. It still plays really well. I played the Ultimate Edition. I didn't get through all of it, but I did play it when it came out. Gosh, that was like 2017, something like that. It was.
I think it came out 2014, 2015.
Dang.
For Ultimate Edition.
I know I was let's see, August 25th. Come on, 2015. It was literally my first year at Gulf Breeze.
Wow.
Yeah. So okay, I remember playing it in the living room. Playing it. So I'm glad it's that one, like that is aged, it's been 10 years ago, dude.
Right.
So like it being $40 definitely makes it more digestible and everything. I wish it was all 3. Like I wish we were getting
I didn't expect them to put all 5 games on there, but I wanted at least the original trilogy.
Yeah, like doing like a Master Chief collection kind of deal where you get the first 3, and you could throw in, Judgment Day if you really wanted to, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Gears Pop. I'm excited for this though. I'm glad that people that have been just on PlayStation through the 360 era and everything are finally going to get to play this. Like, I remember playing this at Trevor's house, dude. I literally made him play Mad World by Gary Jules on repeat while we played this game. And he was like, can I please turn it off? And I was like, if you turn it off, I'm going to break your hand, Trevor. And, like experiencing the act of reload for the first time. It was just such and picking up the cog tags and just this world that was so different. And then battling the Berserker for the first time and using the Hammer of Dawn. Like, there's so many iconic moments that you experience in this world.
I think it's in 1, isn't it? Where you not the Brumok, but like that giant spider one, and like you're in that cave, and all of a sudden you're making through and you hit something, or was that 2?
I think that's 2. Yeah.
Dang it. Okay, but still, like the krill.
The krill, yeah, you're having to like drive the thing, and like one person's operating the light and everything. Like, dude, it's so many great moments.
The first time.
Yeah, like, oh man, I can't wait to just do this again. To your question of where I'm going to play it, well, I get it on Game Pass, you know.
True.
And it's like
why spend 40 when you can get it for free?
Yeah. Now, if I had it, like, if you know, I do like that it is cross play, of course.
Right.
That's kind of just expected, but cross progression, I think, is going to be really interesting, because I think they're going to have it where it's like you have to like sign into your Xbox ID or something. You might have a cog tag, dude. That would easily write itself right there.
Right.
Your cog tag, and then you're able to, you know, because you think about like Call of Duty, like everybody has an Activision, you know, tag or whatever, like your code, you know. It's so easy to do at this point. But I do like what they're doing here. I do hope that we get the other 2 on there. And it would be awesome to get 4 and 5. I hate 4. I'm gonna just be honest. 4 is I like Judgment Day better than 4.
That says a lot.
Okay.
Judgment is trash.
Judgment is trash, but when I played 4, I was like, I don't know what they're doing with Gears of War. This sucked.
Yeah.
But 5, I was just like, dude, we're back, baby.
Yeah.
We're back. But this makes me excited, because it's like, okay, they're bringing this here, and this touches what you were saying. E-Day is going to be on PlayStation day 1.
Facts.
It's just what Xbox is doing now.
Right. And now this, and you know, to take it another way, this definitely opens the door that says Halo's coming to PlayStation at some point down the road.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I know.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's sort of like if we woke up tomorrow and say, oh, all PlayStation IP is going to come to Xbox over point, and then they finally announced, like, you know, Infamous, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, Uncharted,
God of War, dude.
But then God of War would be the Halo. Would be like, all right, let's like, it's just weird to think.
Yeah, like God of War and Last of Us, I feel like would be like the 2 that they hold back, and then one would slip, and then the other one. It just kind of feels a little weird. Like Gears of War, like I love Gears. Like it's one of my favorite series of all time. Like the books are amazing. It doesn't, like, yes, it is purely Xbox, but it doesn't hit as like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to feel with Halo being on.
I was about to say, well, and like Halo just does things. Yes, Gears did something different for the shooter genre, but it pushed the shooter genre forward in different ways. But Halo was the one that actually made shooters like split screen multiplayer. Like it actually changed the gaming universe. So it was like one of the pillars of the gaming universe. So it is going to be weird. Like it'd be different if those were swapped, you know, like if Halo was more of like when I say Johnny come lately, it's like mid 2000s, but still like a later version, not like early 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And dude, like when I think about it, it's like these coming to the PlayStation will be the first time that PlayStation really has a super strong shooter.
Correct.
You know, and I no shade to any shooter that's ever been on the PlayStation, but dude, Resistance, I know people like love Resistance. The PlayStation 3 controls were god awful.
It was a McDonald's toy.
Yeah, dude, they were so loose. And that's literally what I complain about anytime I talk about the PlayStation 3. But then you also have Killzone, and dude, that game sucks.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, okay, we're getting Gears. Gears is an amazing shooter, and it's not even first person, it's third person. And it's like, if Halo comes on there, dude, that's going to be amazing. Now,
game over.
Yeah, and it's like you can actually have competitive play with a shooter on, you know. I it's like, oh well, we've got Call of Duty. It's like, I don't care about Call of Duty.
No.
Call of Hootie? Call of Booty, because that game sucks.
Even though the last one was decent from what I was told.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Activision's rolling in their money right now.
Like they do every year.
Like they do every year. Well, everybody, let's finally talk about what the thumbnail is you're here for. Let's talk about GTA 6.
So, Rockstar Games has officially delayed the release of GTA 6 to May 26, 2026, pushing it back from its previously anticipated fall 2025 launch. The company cited the need for additional development time to ensure the game meets the high-quality standards expected by fans. The delay has had financial implications, with shares of Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, dropping by as much as 8% following the announcement. Despite this, Take-Two remains optimistic, projecting record levels of net bookings in fiscal year 2026-2027. The trailer confirms that the game will be set in a modernized version of Vice City within the fictional state of Leonida.
Vice City, baby, let's go!
It introduces protagonist Lucia Caminos, a recently released ex-con, and Jason Duval, her partner in crime and possibly in romance, drawing parallels to the infamous duo Bonnie and Clyde. The trailer also showcases the game's impressive graphics, with Rockstar stating that it features an equal mix of gameplay and cutscenes, all captured on a PlayStation 5. This blend blurs the line between cinematic sequences and actual gameplay, highlighting the game's advanced graphical integration. While the delay has been met with disappointment, the gaming community has largely expressed support for Rockstar's commitment to delivering a polished and immersive experience. The anticipation for GTA 6 remains high, with fans eager to explore the new adventures awaiting in Vice City come May 2026. I'm just going to say it. I called it. I recognize Rockstar's trends. I knew it was going to be delayed. I'm going to go on the record again and say it's going to follow the Red Dead 2 trend, because Red Dead 2 followed this similar path. It was supposed to be out fall of 17, got delayed to summer 2018, and then got delayed to fall 2018. So just because they put an actual day and date on it, don't mean a thing. I'm saying it's going to get delayed. It's going to come out literally in fall of 2026. But
Derek,
that one, yeah.
Do you want to bet on this?
No, I'm going to hold firm. I'm not going to bet on this.
Come on, dude. You can make, if you're so sure, Derek, we can do a pizza bet.
I know that sly smirk on you. You're like, because you're going to be like, nah, because they put an actual date. Not, they just didn't put, it'd be one thing if they put a whatever,
spring
like
2026,
like spring 2026, but they gave a month and a day. They're sticking to it.
Well, Derek, you were just like, I know Rockstar. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. I know Rockstar. Derek, come on, dude. Do you like pizza? Do you like pizza?
I'm taking the advice of your wonderful wife. I'm not giving in. I'm going to run.
Derek, do you like pizza? Guys, put a 5 in chat if you think Derek should bet me right now over GTA 6.
It doesn't matter what they vote. I'm not doing it.
You're weak in the force.
Oh, okay. But it is sad that, again, because, I know a lot of people were expecting this later this year. And I know the game, we can get into it here in a minute, but, there was an article that came out saying that GTA 6 is now going to hurt like the gaming economy, because this was expecting a large boost. Now, compared to years past, I guess because of price increases and the potential tariffs, I can kind of see why this is now all of a sudden a big thing. But, when Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 got released, like no one was saying that. Like whenever whatever X big game is anticipated, like gets delayed, no one's really saying this. Now, again, GTA prints money. I get that. So it's an outlier, but I don't know. I get it, because they were hoping to give it a boost, because when are you going to get a multi-billion-dollar game like this? It only comes around once in a blue moon. But the fact that we got a day and date, like it's literally coming out a year from now, that we know, like a year and a half from now. So I don't know, like what are your thoughts on all of this? Like, because I do agree, like, it's to avoid crunch. It's to avoid, that old trigger word back in the day, like when crunch used to be running rampant in video game industries. So I applaud them for always wanting to stick to quality, because that's why Rockstar is one of the best companies out there, and that's why they literally, whenever a game they put comes out, it's nominated for Game of the Year. But what do you think this is going to do for the industry overall?
For the industry, like, it is going to hurt sales, because the only thing that this is on is PlayStation and Xbox.
Correct.
It's not on PC. Like, usually the PC
which is
version.
Shocking. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't GTA 5 do a similar thing? Like,
yeah, all of their games, like, they delay the PC release.
But do they at least announce that it'll come to PC eventually, or do they not?
They normally don't, but it does eventually come to PC. That's kind of their track record.
Right.
So PlayStation and Xbox, counting on selling consoles this holiday season, because everybody and their grandmother are going to want to play GTA 6. How many units would that move? Gosh, dude, just think about it. The last time we got a GTA, like, it, let's look it up. Let's look it up, guys. How many units?
Because it came to 360 and PS3, because it came out the same year that the PS4 and Xbox One launched.
Well, it was on 360 and PS3.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and the PS4 and Xbox One launched a few months after, and I can't remember how soon after the PS4 and Xbox One ports came. Okay,
so the first 24 hours. This is just the first 24 hours of this thing being out. Do you want to take a guess, Derek? Do you want to take a guess?
Well, I forget, because I know it made $1 billion in 3 days.
Yes. First 24 hours, though. What are you thinking?
Probably about 100 million.
No. 11.21. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty good. But then in 3 days, it sold $1 billion worth of, like, dude, that's crazy. And when the only way you can play it is on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X and S, which I'm going to go ahead and say this from looking at the trailer, you do not want to try to play this on the Series S.
No.
Okay, I'm going to just be honest. It going to run like Dookie. Okay? And the only time Dookie needs to run is when you're out on the toilet. All right? So don't play this on the Series S. You're going to have a horrible time. All right?
Yeah.
Gonna run like Dookie. Okay. So PS5s, Xboxes are going to sell like hotcakes when this comes out. Now it's getting pushed back. That is going to hurt, but when you think about it, it's like, and they're not going to do a physical version because Rockstar is not in the US.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Rockstar is not in the US. And I know, like, they announced yesterday that any non-American movies that are like released in theaters, they're going to get tariffed and everything.
Yep.
So I'm sure it's going, because to be honest, the gaming industry is bigger than the movie industry at this point. Yeah. Like, it makes way more money.
Right.
So it's like hopefully he's not listening to this. Oh, Donald J. Okay. Don't tariff our video games. All right. Please. Don't do that.
You know what's going to happen, though.
Don't do that to me, bro. All right. All right. I'll buy you some orange tanner and I'll send it to your house. Okay. I know where it is. Pennsylvania Avenue. All right. I got you, fam. Don't tariff our video games.
Oh boy.
Everybody's like, oh God, Zach's getting into it.
Zach's getting on the soapbox.
But okay, so that brings me to this point. I think it also helps other games this year. When you think about it, everybody's like, oh, I'm saving up for GTA. And then they're like, okay, I've got all these backlog games, so I'm not going to play anything. I'm not going to buy anything else because I know at the end of the year, GTA 6 is coming out. But now GTA 6 is next year. And it's like, well, I have really been wanting to play, Oblivion Remaster. Oh man,
Mhm.
I saw, Ghost of Yotei is getting a date this year. I really want to play that. I love Ghost of Tsushima, whatever it is. Or, dude, I really want to play, the new Mario Kart or whatever. If you're
Yeah.
really wanting to pay $80 for that thing, it's like you're looking at this, or Mafia, the old country, dude. I'm kind of excited about that game. It looks freaking good.
Yeah.
And it being $50, I think it is,
Yeah.
or
It's in the quick hits, but yeah. So yeah, crazy.
yeah. So it's like, I think this actually could have yes, we're not going to be selling consoles. I know that's a big thing, but at this point we are making money on consoles. Like, we're not,
Right.
losing money on them, but it's like, that's going to hit next year,
Mhm.
and when you really look at it, next year, we don't know anything about. So we know what this
They
year is
already
going to.
went ahead and planted their flag. Like, of course, we've got broad dates for next year, but no
Yeah.
one's planted their flag, and they're the first one to do it. Which they're also kind of helping the industry. Like, yes, again, they could still delay it again, but it's like they're also kind of helping the industry. It's like, all right, guys, y'all's whole big shtick for the last month was like, we're trying to figure out when GTA 6 is dropping so we can plan around it. And now they're like, all right, we're doing you a favor.
Yep.
We're not only delaying to give y'all some time this year to get your games out, or get your games some life in them, but we're also giving you a day and date next year, so that way any games that are planning to coming out next year can be warned ahead of time and plan around that accordingly. Because to spoil another quick hit, Hideo Kojima, when they said, man, he was like, man, I wanted to release this game in September, like Death Stranding 2 in September, but because of the threat of GTA 6, I wanted to kind of move up the date 3 months to kind of give it some breath. So,
and then he got everybody in the crunch.
I know. And, like we talked about, Randy Pitchford, he's not going to say, he moved up Borderlands by 11 days. It's like, I know that's not earth shattering, but it's like, you got to get tipped off about something. Well, apparently his information was wrong, because we still get Borderlands in 11 days early.
It is Randy Pitchford, though. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody's going to get it wrong, it's probably going to be him.
Fair enough. But again, I think in the long run, it will help the industry and help consumers, because it's like, okay, cool. I don't have to choose whether to spend my money on GTA 6 or Ghost of Yotei or Borderlands 4 or insert whatever game you were excited for later this year. You can actually save up now. You can start planning for 2026. And again, the end of May is also perfect, because guess what? Kids will be out of school. Kids will, like, high school
kids
graduation.
Don't need to be playing this. I'm gonna just say that. But we know they are going to.
Look, my GameStop stories. I could go on and on about how bad parenting existed in GameStop, but I digress. Again, it's like 18-year-olds graduating high school. Like you're looking for a graduation gift. So
college.
College
graduation. Getting out for the summer.
Yeah, people just getting out for the summer in general. It's like, cool, you could be saving up and you could play this like that. Like, that'll be the summer game essentially.
Dude, I remember when Red Dead Redemption 1 came out, and it was during when we were in college. And I remember that whole summer, Trevor and I, we were just playing Red Dead Redemption just the whole summer. That's all I did. I don't think I played any other games that summer. It's the perfect time to have one of those games come out.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to jump in real quick, and you can go watch the trailer and everything. But this
we're not gonna watch it here.
Yeah, we're not gonna watch it here. But yeah, Vice City, which of course my favorite GTA Vice City back in the day. Love it. We're going back. So we're getting a little bit more in here. Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretched across the state of Leonardo, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So we've got Jason Duvall, like, good looking dude. You know what I mean?
He is.
He's a strapping young lad. Jason wants an easy life, but things keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army, trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys, doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. it might be time to try something new. But I love, and kind of funny was pointing this out, that you actually can grow facial hair.
Yeah, that's wild because it shows him shaved, but then and then he has like he's getting a full beard in.
Yeah, he's here, full beard. He's kind of a little gruff here. He loves his tank tops, bro.
Yeah,
Loves his tank
it's
top.
hot in Vice City, so you gotta stay cool.
Hey, but if you got arms like that,
also true. Like
I'll be showing them off too. You know what I mean? I'm at the gun show. You know what I mean? Like how Henry Cavill like cock his arms.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's what I'd be doing all day. Just one, looks pretty cool though. I'm down with Jason. There, did you watch the episode where Kind of Funny reacted to it?
The trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like homeboy is
very, very handsome man.
Very handsome man, but I feel like he might be a plant.
Oh, that's right. They did bring that up. I'm like,
yeah, because like when he's in the jail, the dude behind the counter is like, I think I've seen you before. And I found that was like kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was like, meeting Lucia could be the worst or the best thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows he'd like to turn out how he'd like it to turn out, but it's hard to tell. Again, good looking dude. We're fishing. Do you think we get a fishing mini game like we had in Red Dead?
I feel like you have to, right? Because they always find new ways to keep the fans engaged and like to speak to different audiences, like just expand it. But I mean, like crossing streams a little bit. Yakuza, the Yakuza series always is known for their wacky side quests and mini games.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like GTA is always about the serious and like, or Rockstar is it? It's like, oh, we're gonna have like it's like a fishing mini game in GTA. You wouldn't expect it, but here we are. Like we're gonna give you this shot at it.
Dude, I just want to take a second. And I want to point out the lighting in this.
It is beautiful.
Dude, the lighting is just great. You got like this fall off, you got this Rembrandt right here, this like triangle. But then like you've got like it just falls off well, and then you have like this harsh like highlight here from some source. But then you look at the car back here, and you've just got like all of the light, the ray tracing on this bad boy, and then how this is like uplit and how it's like falling off on the leaves and everything. Yeah, dude, it looks so good. And look at the tree. The tree looks
Zach geeking out over here.
I'm just geeking out because, dude, this game, like the trailer just made me like, oh my God, this looks amazing. Let's look at him fishing. Look at him fishing. You know what I mean? His forearms, dude. Like he's got a can of baked beans, like one of them big old can of one of
those giant cans of Bush's baked beans that you see in the grocery stores.
Yeah, like that restaurants get. You know what I mean? Like industrial sized baked beans. He got ham hocks for arms. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's like, why do they keep going on? Okay. Why is their eyes all rolled up in the back of her head? So that was Jason. This is Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. That's a good dad.
Right. It's hard out there in the streets.
Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. That part right there. Sheer luck got her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Brohan is going to be using her to
get to her contact or whoever she works for.
Yeah, try to get a bigger fish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lucia learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. I don't think she learned her lesson, bro.
No.
And definitely ain't going to be smart moves. Like, there's going to be some dumb stuff going on.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
When you in love, you do dumb things.
Yeah, you know. More than anything, wants a good life for her mom has dreamed, but instead half-baked fantasies Lucia prepared to make, blah, 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 blah. Like this game, like, look at this. This is just literally their website.
Yeah.
But like the hair, like,
I mean, look at the backdrop of the city.
yeah, dude, like the light, like look, just like how, like, you know what I mean? It's like this is like hitting her shoulder, and the way it, like, this is harsher, like this is stuff, like, I know I'm talking about like filmmaking and everything, but like this is realistic how this actual shadow would work here, which is super freaking cool, because it's harsher here because it's closer, and then it starts falling off and like gradient here, and then like the way, like, there's highlights on her lips where her like lipstick is and everything, and then you get a highlight in her eye. Dude, I know I'm geeking out about this. And then you get like this, look at this light. This is JJ Abrams over here with them lens flares. You know what I mean? JJ them lens flares. But like, dude, just the way this game, like, let's look at this one. Let's look at this.
So what we're figuring out here, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that Zach is going, this is going to be Zach's game of next year for sure.
I don't know, dude. It might be, but that's like, I never played the game. I'm just like pausing. I'm like, and then you see the light and like, but like the textures of the clothing, like you can see like the actual stitch work of her jacket and everything. And I know we've seen that before, but like, dude, it just looks so cool. Like what's going on in this. This dude, I heard his voice, Cal Hampton. He's going to be our buddy. We're going a little long here, guys. I know. All right. But this is the biggest game that's going to be coming out in the next year. All right. So y'all just hold your horses. This dude is on SNL.
Oh.
What is his name? SNL cast member. What is his name? He's a bigger dude. I can't remember his name. Bobby Mionhan.
Sure.
I'll this dude.
Okay.
You've definitely seen him. Anyway.
I mean, I've seen him. I just don't remember what he, but anyway, continue.
That's who this is. He's Jason's friend. He also looks like there's a comedian.
Oh yeah.
That they're like basing this off of. And I'm like, you should have got him to play it because he's flipping hilarious. But yeah, he loves his bud. He loves his beach. He loves some billiards. Bud, beach, and billiards, man. I just made us a t-shirt, a t-sheet.
Oh, God.
Woo! All right, and then we got Booby Ike. We got old Booby Ike.
I feel like that's going to be the Trevor of this game.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he might be completely unhinged. Booby Ike, it's all about heart, the Jack of Hearts. Booby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it. One of the few that to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. You know what this game is. Boobies, all smiles, and it's time to talk until it's time to talk business.
Yep.
It kind of giving me like Rick Ross kind of vibes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I love me some Rick Ross, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some Rick Ross.
I think I'm Big Meech.
Didn't know we're gonna have a dancer in the background there.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful about old Booby back here. You know what I mean? What's going on? Careful. Oh, Booby he got all of it over there. Okay. So yeah, that's old Booby. Yeah, and y'all can, I'm wondering with like the music side, since he owns a record company, like how much are we going to do that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, he is the guy that did the drunk uncle on SNL. Yep. All right, guys, we could go further and further on all of this. We got Raul
Raekwon.
I like his hair, dude. Look at this game, just looks so good. Are we going to break down? Like, look at this lighting, and then you got the pink light. I'm wondering where that's motivated from, but you got this pink light and this like rimming his face right here, and then you got this nice fall off. Derek, I'm being a nerd right here.
Well, we all call it the Nerd Cave, so I mean, it's only fair.
Look at the texture of the suit, and then again, you've got like this harsh light that's hitting like the back of his head, casting the shadow on the front of his body, and you can see it again here. And then you got so good, guys, so good. Derek's like, if Zach keeps talking about lighting, but look at this reflection here.
Yeah,
this is I'm trying to remember this dude's name. What is this, Derek? You know what this block is right here?
it looks like a drug block, but you know, I know it's probably not.
I think it is. I think that's what they call cocaine.
Yeah,
the cocaine. You know, this is his name is Brian Heder.
He almost looks like Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad.
Still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. You know, smart man. You know, drugs is a young man's game, is what they say.
Yeah.
You know, this dude, man. I'll show you who he is. The voice, when I heard it, it's super distinct. Trying to find this picture in here. Of course, I would only know the one thing that he's in.
Yeah.
He's in Man in the High Castle. Great show. I need to watch the last season. Derek's like, can we move on? It's like, no, Derek. This is the show. Do you want me to talk about lighting again?
No.
You sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Guys, put a 5 in chat if y'all want me to talk more about lighting. Because I love talking about lighting.
Dan's like, he looks like a 70s Vice City leftover.
Yeah. Okay, let me just look up actor. Why? Okay. Okay, I know he's in Pushing Daisies. Amy's laughing at something. Okay, Stephen Root is his name. I found him, Derek. Don't you worry, I found him. All right.
Don't you worry about a thing.
This is the actor for that dude.
Okay.
He also played this guy in Office Space. That's my stapler. Yeah, Derek, I think he needs a little bit more lighting discussion. Okay.
I will literally leave. I have a do you work at 4 a.m., sir.
Okay. Any others that we need? All right, we got the trunk coming May. Again, only PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Any last thoughts, Derek? On
apparently it has really good lighting, so good for them.
Really good lighting, guys. I don't know
if it doesn't win the game award for best visual and best lighting, then Zach will riot.
They were robbed. Well, unless Yote comes out swinging, you know. But we'll
Yote
see.
They'll be eligible this year, so we don't have to worry about that.
True. All right, guys. It's time for the Patreon Quick Hits, brought to you by our amazing patrons. If you want to support the show, grab your Nerd Cave membership at patreon.com/NerdCave. And let's jump into these rapid fire headlines.
So first up, the MST financial analysts predict PS5 and PS5 Pro price will increase $100 to $200 if Sony follows Microsoft's tariff adjustment. So following that, Sony reportedly gives Sackboy the boot from its PlayStation Productions logo. Some Assassin's Creed news. Assassin's Creed Shadows data mine unearths references to possible multiplayer mode. Following that, Shadows update adds the works of Louis Froy story pack. Europa Versalis 5 or V announced as Paradox's next grand strategy game. Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick moves to reassure shareholders as stock falls on GTA 6 delay news. The French President Macron congratulates Clair Obscur Expedition 33 dev for creating one of the best rated games in history. Following that, Clair Obscur passes 2 million sales worldwide. Following that,
now.
Oh, it's at 3. Cool. Following that, Clair Obscur's success continues as its soundtrack tops Billboard classical music album charts. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 modders create 12-player co-op with the devs' blessing, and now they're working on raid-style mission with bosses that hit like trucks. Blizzard announces Overwatch 2 Stadium Summer Roadmap. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 breaks through impressive sales milestone of 3 million copies in 3 months. Devolver Digital is going out of its way to launch a new game the same day as GTA 6. Kudos to them, I guess. Nightmare Frontier, a new tactical turn-based strategy game announced for PC. Sega Genesis classics Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Tides of Time are getting the remastered treatment. Shuhei Yoshida, full of grace, convinced Gran Turismo creator to make handling less realistic, thus partly saving the game's fate. Shuhei also hypes up Ghost of Yotei, saying, I can assure you that it will be even better than Ghost of Tsushima. Nintendo sues accessories company for sharing Switch 2 mock-up months before official reveal. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster is already the third best-selling game of 2025 in the US, behind only Monster Hunter Wilds and Assassin's Creed Shadows. EA confirms new Battlefield game will launch by March of 2026, with a full reveal due this summer. Andrew Wilson says the company feels good about Battlefield launch following GTA 6 delay. Split Fiction has sold 4 million copies worldwide. Hideo Kojima reveals the impact of GTA 6 on release dates, saying he originally wanted Death Stranding 2 out in September. Microsoft games, including Forza Horizon 5, had a major presence in the top PS5 downloads for April. Nintendo privacy policy update says Switch 2 may monitor and record audio and video chat sessions with your consent. Genshin Impact updates shop to show how much you need to spend to guarantee pulling a character. EA bucks industry trend and says it has no plans to increase video game prices for now. Destiny 2's Year of Prophecy has been detailed. Square Enix reveals entire Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy will be coming to the Switch 2. Elden Ring is getting 2 new classes with the Switch 2 Tarnished Edition. Mark Darrow reveals how changes at BioWare saw the Dragon Age team feel like they were getting no support. Control 2 is being made on a slightly smaller budget than Alan Wake 2. Death Stranding 3 concept art already exists, but Hideo Kojima says he won't be the one to make the game. Following that, Death Stranding 2 DualSense controller to launch alongside the game, with pre-orders opening May 22nd via the PS Direct. CTA warns tariffs could see console prices rising by as much as 69% in the US. Helldivers 2 Mastery of Ceremony Warbond launches on May 15th and adds R2 Amendment, CQC2 Saber, and more. Alien Rogue Incursion is getting an upgraded non-VR edition for PS5 and PC. Mafia the Old Country tells a story that doesn't require a massive time commitment. Publisher announces an August 8th release date and sets its price at $50. Let's go. Stardew Valley creator says he might eventually make a Stardew Valley 2, but it's so much easier to add more stuff to the original game. The FTC loses appeal challenging Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Nintendo issues conservative Switch 2 sales forecast amid uncertainty around tariffs. And lastly, Pocket Pair says it's being forced to patch the game due to Nintendo and the Pokemon Company's lawsuit.
Yeah, they're not you're not going to be able to throw your PAL sphere and your PAL come out from it. That's one of the things that has been removed on that. And to correct my earlier statement, I thought they got up to 3 million. but it's still at 2 million. So just wanted to.
Still impressive.
Yes. And if you're looking for a really good game, I highly suggest that. It's probably my favorite game that I've played maybe all year so far.
Until Ghost of Yotei.
Well, I said so far.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And again, you know, Battlefield revealed this summer again. You got to imagine, unless they do their own separate thing, a Summer Game Fest reveal. So we are a month away. The Summer Game Fest rumors and you know, spotlights, I guess, are coming upon us now. It's starting to take shape what we're expecting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. You don't want to miss out because we're going to be covering it all here on the Nerd Cave Newz. So make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be breaking down lighting on all the major video games for Derek's chagrin. Guys, it's going to be a good time. Make sure to check out our My Hero Academia Vigilantes impression. You don't want to miss that. This has been Zach
and Derek.
God bless week. Bye-bye.